The things I do for certain people in this world, and this is for my old B-boy friend from 20 years ago. You know who you are. Chad, this one's for you. Hit that thing. Somebody wanted to jump out and basically just throw their name out and say, why don't you do this team? Well, I will. This is the week you want to do it. So, in a sense, I'm going to make this as quick as I possibly can. I'm decked out in Mahler's gear. How many people do you know have this hat? How many? Meanwhile, I'm going to get right to work on this. So, because in case people are wondering why I'm going to basically throw myself into the fire here, well, here's the thing. I told people, you want me to do a schedule? Throw your name in. Someone did. It was my old B-boy friend. His name's Chad. Lives in Indiana. Beautiful life, two beautiful girls, love him to death. He's a weirdo, but you love him. But he's a diehard Washington football fan, meaning he's a pretty much solidified Redskin fan, Commanders fan, Washington FT. What? Let's just Washington football team was the stupidest thing they ever did. Blame Dan Snyder. You could have put in Washington FT. I would have been completely fine with that. So he wanted me to do the Commanders schedule. So I'm going to do it really quick and best of my ability. Now let's just put this all out there. I threw this out there in a couple of the schedules that I already did already. Keep your eyes on Washington. I personally believe Philadelphia is going to win that division by default, but who knows about the cohesion between head coach and Jalen Hurts. Now, Nick Sirianni, we don't know how they're going to get along, but I mean, Nick Wright's got Philadelphia out of the playoffs, which is weird. But how's that cohesion going to go? We don't know. But if that is, it just hypothetically speaking, if that is a case, this is a green light for somebody like Washington, maybe Dallas, because we know the Giants are going to be, the Giants. So let me just throw this at you and just get you a little bit situated. You want me to say something about Washington? Well, they're in the middle of the pack as far as strength of schedule. They're like 17th, 16th, right around that ballpark. But you're going to go full. You're putting you're throwing Jaden Daniels into the fire. He's going to go balls out. Rookie year. Let's see how he does. Well, you got Brian Robinson, who's still there, and you just picked up Austin Eckler. So you got a good 1-2 punch. Your wide receivers are going to be a little bit sus, though you will have McLaren, and he will always get targets. But you recently just went and got a former Falcon in Olamide Zaccheaus and Noah Brown, and you went and got a veteran in Jamison Crowder. You got Zach Ertz as your tight end. Ben Sinnot's going to be your backup on there. You went and got Bobby Wagner. And, you got a veteran Bobby Wagner, and you get Dante Fowler to help your defense out. So I don't know everything else on that, but that's enough to win you. That's enough to win you a handful of games. So why don't we just go as best as we possibly can here, like we always do, and going to try to make this up here. So you're going to have Sunday at Tampa, and it's going to be a battle between Daniels and a battle with, of all people, you're going to be facing Baker Mayfield. It's a test. That's a loss. That's going to be a good test for Jaden Daniels. But I'm not even going to sweat. You're going to go back home and you have your home opener against the Giants. That's going to be a win. I think. Can we just agree right now? Daniels will be better than Daniel Jones. Monday night at Cincinnati. This one's a tough. I'm going to give you an L because Burrow's back. Then you're going to go to Arizona and take on Kyler Murray. I think this is a coin flip, but I think you're going to go and I think you get a win in Arizona, but it's going to be a coin flip game. You don't know how Kyler. That's going to be a good duel between Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels. Then you're going to go. Then you'll host Cleveland. That's going to be a tough one. It's a tough one to swallow, but I'll give you the win in that one because we don't know about Cleveland's quarterback situation because we've been hearing Deshaun Watson is a little bit still iffy. Now I'm just going to go right down. You're going to go to Baltimore. That's a loss. You're going to host Carolina. That's a win. Then you I'm not trusting Carolina yet. Although I have a brother that's got Die Hard, and he's one of my best friends. But he's so hardcore Carolina Panther fan. Chicago's going to be a coin flip because you don't know how good or how average or how meh the Bears offense and Williams is going to be. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you a win. I think you're going to sweep the Giants. And you know what? Come November, I think you might be in a little bit of a winning streak. I think you're going to beat the Steelers. You're at home. Basically the only reason I'm going to give you a win against the Steelers is you're at home. And I know people aren't going to give a rip, but whatever. But then you got Thursday at Philly. It's at Philly. That's a loss. But I already did this. I gave Dallas a win. I have to. I did that in the previous video. I have to go back on it. Sorry. And if that ends up being a coin flip, Chad, there you go. It's a loss. Tennessee, that's a win. Your bye week. This is the one thing that's going to throw you off, Chad. Your bye week is late, and I mean extremely late. So, but you get 4 games to prep for. You're at New Orleans. That's a win. Philly, you may. That's going to be so tough. Can you steal one on the road? I doubt it. But I gave you a win against Atlanta. I said that. I said to Atlanta that might be a trap game. So I gave myself a loss. And oh wait, I got to flip that. That's a win. Flip that. I said they would lose to Washington because that might be a trap game. And I think Dallas might be out of the picture. But I might just go off of my own thing or whatever I said in the previous video. I think I said Dallas was losing this game. I think so. And I'm giving you a win on that. So let me just add up everything real quick. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have you at 11-6. 11-6 now. Now why don't I do this? While I reach really quick, go back. This is probably going to be a coin flip. This win streak right here. I'm not putting money on all these 4s right here because Chicago might be tough. This one's going to be a coin flip. Who knows who's going to be the quarterback? And I don't know off the top of my head what Philly team is going to show up, but Philly's got the pieces. Philly's got the bit. Put your offense in front of all the people in all the teams in the NFC East. It's Philly. Check. Probably Washington is probably second. Then Dallas. And then the Giants. But I'm gonna immediately just stop this and go I'm gonna throw you around 11-6, maybe 10-7, 11-6, right around that ballpark, maybe even 9-8, but what did I have that? 9-8. I had 11-6, 10-7, 9-8, right around that ballpark, but I've got you very close to possibly sneaking into the wild card because you just don't know if Green Bay and Detroit are going to keep fighting. Maybe Chicago gets in, San Francisco, LA, Seattle. That's going to be a tough. Somebody's coming out of that, and whoever wins the South, if it's Atlanta, one team's winning that division. One team's going in that division. So think about it. Can you sneak into the wild card scenario with a 10-7, with an 11-6? Think about that. That's a rough stretch. That's a rough thing for the Washington Commanders, Washington FT. If you got a team that you want to throw at, wherever it is, hit the subscribe button. You made it to the end of this video. I appreciate that. Chad should appreciate you. But that should get you into the wild card, too. For real. It should get you in there, but you never know. The NFC is starting to become a little bit balled up. So by all means, throw a comment in, whatever. You made it to the end. And by all means, I hope I get to see you Bloody Legends in the future. Bars closed. And if you want to do another team, throw it at me. You can even throw it at me after week 1. I don't know. But yeah, bars closed. And you're welcome, Chad.